My first day.
It's my
in
first
Australia.
day. I get off the plane and look what they do, and I don't really know much what I'm doing.
That's great.
There you go. You want some stuff?
Do you know what you're doing, Mr. Brown?
Yeah, what you try to do with a vine is to prune it to about a hand space between each of your spurs. You cut off last year's wood, and where there's two spurs from last year, like this one,
you missed a bit.
you cut off the old one, you leave the new one. And when you do that, you count two buds. If it's the size of a pencil or grater. If it's not, you leave one bud. So to prune, you need to be able to count to two and move your hand.
So if I go back and look at that vine, how many spurs have you left on it?
So you leave a hand space for each spur. So in between, you get one on each side. And then you leave, which means you end up with about 8 or 10 spurs on a arm of the vine. In this case, the arm's about 1 meter long, so it's should be about 10 spurs. And if they were all mature enough to have 2 buds, you'd have about 20 buds on an arm or 40 buds on a vine.
How about you down there, Mr. Speaker to English? Do you have any words of wisdom?
Not really. Only that many good concepts get started in the vineyard. The world's problems are easily solved in the vineyard, and we enjoy it so much more when the sun is shining and it's not raining.
And the vines never argue back, although they do have occasional attitude problems.
And thankfully, we have attitude adjusters.
Now you have non-electronic attitude adjusters.
Absolutely.
Whereas Dudley has electronic adjusters. Do you want to show us those snips? Turn around. What's on your back?
This is the battery pack back here. The holster.
These are for soft old guys, and these are for virulent young guys.
Okay. Thanks for that. Does look like a rather nice day out here.
That's what I told Adrian, because we've only got one pair of electric snips. And he's just off the plane. It's his first day, and he believes me still.
Very good.
Okay, so this vine here is a mess. Has a lot of arms there. Let's see how you clean this up. So you're going to get it down to about 8 spurs, 2 buds each, a hand width apart.
That's the goal.
Okie dokie. So what counts as 2 buds? I've got this one up close.
So when I find a good position to show you. That's not good. So on this one you go, you look at the buds and you say, here's a bud, here's a bud. Snip.
G'day. What's the wizard doing over here?
Jinning around. I get to come in when I feel like it, help out for a couple of hours, drink Dudley's fridge dry, and go home. Then I get to throw hand grenades at him all week, asking him why he's not out pruning.
Definitely not charging today.
So, who prunes the fastest?
It's not about who prunes the fastest, it's about quality at Inkwell. So if it was about who prunes the fastest, then we'd finished the property already. But here at Inkwell Vineyards, we're all about quality and cleaning up after each other.
Me thinks you're full of shit.
Quite possibly right.
What chances?
Okay, Smarty Pants, let's zoom in on yours.
Smarty Pants, let's see him, okay?
Nimble fingers.
You're supposed to prune with one hand behind your back, but it's a lot harder to clear out, so...
So you don't?
No. So occasionally you take a finger off and that sort of thing, but you know, you get over that sort of thing.
I don't know, I reckon Mr. Electric Snips over here is going a little faster.
Quite possibly. It's my first day, what can I say? I'm out of practice. I'm okay with going slow.
Boy, was I slow the first 3 days.
So when do you know it's the right time to start pruning?
Pretty much when they don't have leaves anymore, and when you make a cut, you don't have any juice or substance bleed out of the cut.
Or you do the lazy old Australian thing and you prune in June.
Prune in June. And if we have any American viewers, don't prune in June.
Northern Hemisphere, ignore that.
That's what you can find out about. Gee, my phone slowed down.